Hey, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, classmates. Welcome to my report this evening about seeking sustainability, cities, countryside, and wilderness by David Victor, Georgie Victor. Now, in this one, so in this chapter, or in this report, we'll explore the implications of past and future changes in population for cities, countryside, and wilderness. So this motivation for investigation is the growing interest in promoting sustainable development goal. Now in this topic, we will now examine the human sphere and the natural sphere separately and explore in the course of analysis the dividing lines between between the two. First is we will emphasize here the three themes. First is the importance of institutions, the norms that govern the ways humans interact. Secondly is the, the values or the problem values, how we are going to assess the sustainability of trajectories and estimating the ways that human institutions may respond requires a theory of values that is useful over 50-year time horizon of the study. And lastly, how trends in human occupation of nature are affecting the dividing line between mankind and the nature. Now, before we start our lesson, I have here one question for you. Now, my question goes like, are you a city person, countryside person, or wilderness person, and why? Now, your answer here reflects your lifestyle, values, and which sustainable issues affect the most. Now, although those these concept or ideas may seem separate, but these environments are deeply connected and all are play crucial roles in in, sus- in sustaining life, culture, and the future of our planet. Again, the future of our planet. So ito hindi lang lesson, ito ay tungkol sa future natin. So every choice you make affects not only, but also the next generations. Now, if you live in Manila, you deal with traffic, pollution, and waste. But you will rely on the rural farms for food and wilderness areas for clean water and air. Kung nakatira ka sa probinsya, umaasa ka lamang sa mga lungsod for markets and services and the natural areas. That's it. Now, before we go here, let's define now on what is sustainable or sustainability. We knew already because sometimes or every now and then from time to time, we practice now the so-called sustainability, the using of disposable plastics every day or wasting food contributes to environmental damage. Alternatives like reusable bottles, eating responsibly, and supporting sustainable brands help reduce them. Now, sustainability means using resources today without harming future generation. Hindi natin pwedeng ubusin ang lahat ng mga yung tubig, yamang tubig sa pagkain at energy ngayon. Kasi may mga there is still there we call here para sa next generation. Now every action like drinking water, using electricity or disposing of waste affects the planet. Now sustainability is not stopping progress. It's being responsible. So anong ginagawa mo today affects the people of tomorrow. Now in this topic, what is sustainability, focuses on three main goals. First is the protect environment. Protect environments comprises now the protection of forest, the rivers, air, wildfire, or somehow the ecosystems. Or second here is to support people with fair access to food, education, and healthcare. The third one here is to ensure economy, the progress without destroying the nature. Now let's move on to the pillars of sustainability. Now sustainability relies on three pillars. First, people. Second, planet. third, prosperity. Now, without one, the system cannot function properly. For example, kung siya itong lawas, okay, same as as the human body, if the organ sa itong lawas fails to function accordingly, so, like that. So in the society as well, kung sa social institutions naman, kung actually i-relate, kung sa mga social institutions cannot function, the society might die or would die. So kung isa sa pillars fails to do so, lahat na aapektuhan. So true sustainability balances of people, planet, and prosperity para sa healthy, livable future. Okay, now this has been the factual basis for this one is economic growth without environmental protection causes pollution, social inequality, leads to poor health and education outcomes. Now let's try to unpack what is people, what do you mean by planet, prosperity. When you say people, people means focus on human well-being, the access to education, healthcare, jobs, safety, and dignity. So, masyad, pareha siya social. People means social. Okay. Second one here is the planet. Planet means the environment because in the environment we are protecting the ecosystems, the forests, the oceans, the air, and the water. So deforestation leads to floods, failure of agricultural crops, and higher food prices. So kung dili maprotektahan ang ecosystems, ang forests, ang oceans, and water, this could lead now to problems. Okay? Deforestation leads to floods. So kung continuous ang pagputol ng kahoy, this could lead now to flood and other mga natural disasters. Next here is the prosperity or the so-called economic. Support green jobs, sustainable businesses, responsible consumption, and innovation. So kung naay innovation, there is so-called prosperity. When I support green jobs, when I sustainable businesses that could probably help the planet, the environment, and the economic now, the so-called sustainable well-being of the people would go up high. Right now, the question there is, which pillar do you think is most important for the Philippines today? Your choice shows what you value and what needs attention. Kung isa sa mga kung atong balikan siya, kung isa sa mga pillars dili kay wala siya nag-function properly, lahat apektuhan. So true sustainability balances the people, planet, and prosperity para sa healthy and livable future para kanatong tanan. Next here is the cities. Okay, cities. Cities are centers of economy. Yes, it is. Center of culture and at the same time, center of innovation. Pero may malaking environmental impact din ang cities. First is the high population density causes traffic, air pollution, and water problems. Lahat naman siguro, no? Kung sa city kasi, big cities, small cities, ang problema dyan is na so-called traffic, the air pollution, and the waste problems. Now, urban greens or gardens, trees and green roofs help clean air, reduce heat, and provide space for recreation. And smart urban planning, like renewable energy, efficient public transport, and at the same time, the eco-friendly buildings promote sustainable cities. Now, as cities, for example, as cities uh, without parks feels congested and unhealthy. But urban gardens, trees, and green roofs help clean air, reduce heat, and provide space for recreation. So cities can become sustainable through smart urban planning such as renewable energy, efficient public transport, water cycling, and eco-friendly buildings. So ang lungsod dapat ay nagbibigay ng tinatawag nating opportunities at comfort para hindi nakakasira sa kalikasan. Kung sustainable ang city, lahat ng tao at ng environment, okay, or healthy ang tao at ang tinatawag nating environment. So cities are economic engines, pero kailangan ng balance of people, planet, and prosperity para long-term sustainability. Okay, next is the countryside and the sustainability. Okay, the countryside and the sustainability. Now, the countryside is crucial for food production. Sama karon nga, I am living now in the countryside. So, medyo banha siya siya. May mga manok, mga sige. Okay, si banha and many more. Tapos na mga sakinan nga, dagko kayo ang mga 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 gi. Okay, so karon again, I am living now in the countryside. No, again, mga pandiri, I guess, palibot. So the countryside again is the crucial for food production and natural resources. So overuse of land and water harms sustainability unsustainable. Farming leads to soil erosion, water pollution, and the failure of agricultural crops. Now, practices like crop rotation, organic fertilizers, and water conservation keep farms productive. Now, based on the FAO reports 2019, unsustainable agriculture causes soil degradation and reduces crop yields related to agroecology principles that integrates ecological processes in farming for long-term sustainability. For example, if you're familiar now with or in farmers in Batangas who rely on rivers for irrigation. So if rivers are polluted, so crops fail. So practices like crop rotation, organic fertilizers, and water conservation keep farms productive for years. So sa mga probinsya sama karon diri sa Zamboanga del Sur, Cagayan City, cooperation sa community sa tamang paggamit ng resources ay that is the solution. Kung sustainable ang rural areas, maybe the food security or my food security at healthy ecosystems rin ang lungsod sa wilderness. So countryside sustainability is not about maintaining land, water, and livelihoods, which benefits local communities at sa buong bansa or buong Pilipinas. Okay, so now let's go here to wilderness and sustainability. Now, wilderness areas like forests, the rivers, and oceans maintain by biodiversity, regulate climate, and provide clean water. So overexploitation damages ecosystems, affecting both cities and rural communities. Now, human responsibility, all right, so sa tuwan siya, is the key for like supporting conservation efforts. Human responsibility is the most important this time. It's just based on the ecosystem services theory that natural provides essential services that sustain human life. Example, if you go back, if you're familiar now with Mount Pulag and Palawan, provide fresh air, regulate rainfall, and support wildlife. But if ang tao nagpadayon or nagpadayon gihapon sa illegal logging, mining o to continue ang pag-damage sa area, this could affect now the health and livelihoods of the people. Saan ang problema? Okay, this is now the so-called disaster ang may tabong mawad-an o panginabuhi ang tao na disaster nga nagpadulong na po mas padayon ang pagsira, no? Pag-destroy sa ecosystem or I mean, yeah, sa ecosystem. Now, have you visited a natural area recently? And how did it make you feel? Now, experiences in nature often inspire action to protect this species. Now, sustainability ng wilderness nakasalalay sa human responsibility. Huwag magtapon ng basura, sirain ang natural habitats, at suportahan ang local conservation efforts. Now, here, so important, the bottom line here is importante jud kayo na aware ta mga tao about sa to ang responsibilities as human. So, again, the bottom line there is support the government, support the local conservation efforts, the MRF, okay, the material recovery facilities, and also wag sirain po yung habitats. Next is the rural or the urban-rural wilderness connections. Now, the cities, countryside, and wilderness are interconnected. So Manila, like for example, relies on Batangas farms for food, and forests provide clean air. Loss of natural areas rises food prices and health risks. So studies show ecosystem degradation increases urban vulnerability to climate impacts. Now, this is based on the coupled human natural systems theory in 2007, that human and ecological systems are interdependent. Now, Manila, like for example, depends on Batangas farms for vegetables, rice, and fruits. At the same time, rivers and forests provide clean air, regulate rainfall, and support biodiversity. Na kung mawala ang natural areas, food rises food prices rise, water becomes polluted, and health problems increase. Now, the bottom line there is sustainability is not only isolated or is not isolated. Lahat ng lugar ay kailangan magtulungan. So, every small action like reducing waste or conserving water affects the bigger future. Now, the problems of uh, the problem of today or the environmental problems today is that the real problem for let me just touch here. Uh, the real problem for sustainability right now is valuation. Why? What are the priorities of Western societies? What are the priorities of other societies, and how do we order choices when priorities conflict, and how do we take account of future generations? Now, some of these questions can be answered. For others, it is possible to provide outlines of answers. Now, but when making hard choices about the allocation of investment and the protection of natural resources, if you're going to read the book now of uh, uh, Vic, David Victor, it is hard to provide precise answers to all of these questions simultaneously. But the problem of valuation across societies is difficult to solve because there is no universally accepted mechanism for resolving differences in valuations. Now, the problem of valuation over time is especially difficult to solve, not only because values change, but also because decisions to protect a resource for the future often entails trade-offs that have other intergenerational consequences. In particular, the knowledge is an intergenerational public good. Decisions to protect a resource and possibly slow economic growth is one period can slow the accumulation of knowledge and degrade the many benefits that multiply from knowledge and accumulation. Siya ang gingon diri because the problem right now is the valuation. But here, the environmental problems of today, ladies and gentlemen, is that today the planet faces major environmental problems that affect humans and nature, such as climate change causes extreme weather, floods, and rising sea levels. Deforestation destroys habitats, affecting biodiversity and local communities. Water pollution scarcity threatens health and agriculture. So this is based on the Planetary Boundaries Framework 2009 that human activities must stay within ecological limits. For example, rivers in Metro Manila and Laguna are polluted while industrial waste affecting water supply and ecosystems. So plastic pollution is everywhere from streets to ocean. So understanding your local issues helps you take targeted action. So ang mga problemas na ito ay hindi lang government concern, lahat tayo ay may responsibilidad. Okay? So simple actions like recycling, reducing plastic, conserving water, and help awareness of these problems is the first step toward personal and community responsibility actions. Now, in terms of solutions for sustainability, we have come up now in a certain solutions for sustainability. Now, solutions to environmental problems involve smart technology, sustainable practices, and community involvement. Renewable energy like solar and wind reduces pollution. In the Philippines right now, we are now practicing. So there is Mindanao, particular po in uh, some areas of our country are practicing now the renewable energy like solar. The wind reduces pollution, the wind. So recycling and waste reduction minimize landfill use. So sustainable farming and forestry protect land and biodiversity based on transition theory that societal systems can shift to sustainable practices through innovation and cooperation. So used urban rooftop gardens in Makati, if you're familiar with that, reduce heat and provide fresh produce. So in Palawan naman, reforestation projects help restore ecosystems and support tourists. So again, what other sustainable habit can you start today? Planting of trees. Pwede na siya. So it could be using reusable bags, planting of tree, or saving water. So small actions add up. So instead of cellophane sa itong gamiton, magamit ang reusable bags, mga eco bags. Okay, planting trees, mga ginabuhat ron sa Department of Environment and Natural Resources. And saving water. So saving water. These actions now helps add to the solution for sustainability. So solutions or require cooperation, individual choices, community projects, at government support. Lahat ay mahalaga. So kung lahat magtutulungan, so if we are going to help each other, mas mabilis makamit or makakamit ang sustainable para sa future. Okay. Now in this table shows now in this table, uh, ladies and gentlemen, shows now the projections to 2023 or 2030 reported by the United Nations Center for Human Settlements. So the causes of urbanization are complex, but it is not too simplistic to claim that urbanization and economic development go hand in hand. So the most highly developed regions, if you look at now in this table, now from 2000 targeted karon sa United Nations, from 2030 dapat highly, this is now uh, again, highly or urbanized or highly developed na ang mga regions, countries, Africa, Asia, Europe, Latin America, Northern America, and Oceania, and whatsoever. So in this part now, the most highly developed regions of the world have the highest levels of urbanization. So areas of widespread poverty, siya, in Africa and Southeast Asia, or South Asia in particular, have the lowest. So average incomes in city typically exceed those rural areas by large margin. So active policies in this part that are needed to prevent people from moving to urban areas, areas to get the so-called the high incomes or proceed now. Dapat nakikitawag na active uh, policies, okay, support from government so that the people now from rural area dili sila mo transfer now to urban para mangita tawag nga high income, okay, to prove employment to earn urban residence. So in this part, now let's moving on to the next here. Right, so right, same naman siya. So here, if we look at now in this table, all right, so the rural dwellers, so wala siya karon ang problema. Okay, this is now somehow problem right now of the areas, right? Okay, muna na yung mga problema karon nga na experience sa mga tao. There is what they call now inadequate water supply and poor sanitations are chief among causes of human illness and future prominently prominently in the coast. Okay, in the coast like, like this one. So there are three give snapshot for the selected countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America of how rural and urban dwellers fare in their connections to water, okay, and to water measured as in-house piped water and in-house toilets. Now, in this data are far from perfect. Tawan ninyo, okay, from 2000 to 2015 and 2030. This data are far from perfect. Now, urban areas are probably more likely attracted to unregistered, yung uncounted households that go without pipe, that go without. So again, let's continue. So again, this data are far from perfect because urban areas are probably more likely to attract unregistered households that go without pipe water or the sewage connections, which may account for some of the difference between the rural and urban areas. So moreover, some of the difference between urban and rural performance is due to differences in income. Yes, that's true. So urbanites usually enjoy political advantage that allow them to channel public resources for their infrastructures. But the central point remains without exception. The urban dwellers fare better. So the cause of this difference appears to stem from the density of urban life. The cost of infrastructure or the cost of infrastructure is lower when households are packed tightly. Now, in terms of the role of individuals, is that individuals play a big role in sustainability. So every choice, like turning off unused lights, avoiding single-use plastics, or using eco-friendly products affects the environment. So using such as the best example for this is using reusable bottles instead of disposables. uh, Disposables reduces landfill waste. Planting a tree improves air quality and cools the surroundings. So sustainability starts sa tuwang kaugalingon. So even small habits kapag consistent sa atong gibuhat no makatabang siya sa tuang environment and at the same time sa tuang community. Now, when it comes to our community engagement, is that communities can create positive environmental impact, like local projects, sama sa mga cleanup drives, no? Ginampat mo na to from, from time to time. Uh, Dili man siya agad-adlaw, but monthly. Tree planting, or community gardens improve living conditions and foster cooperations. Now, barangay cleanup, like for example in Quezon City, reduce garbage. So sa dili na sa Quezon City but sa tuwang lugar. So, barangay cleanup reduce the garbage in rivers and streets. So, improving health and safety. Now, the question there is, have you ever participated in a community project? So, what did you learn? So again, no, kitang tamang tanan gyud most likely naka-experience sa mga tao gitawag nga clean up drive sa tuang mga barangay, sa tuang mga sa tuang school that has been initiated by the local government units or sa mga non-governmental organizations or even sa tuang mga schools where are we connected right now. So sa mga learn ito ana, so participation teaches teamwork and responsibility kay sama-samang efforts sa community build social cohesion as sustainability awareness. Now, when it comes to kung na role ang mga individual, no, kung nagampanin, okay, na po yung role karon ang government. So, government ensure the system-wide sustainability through policies, regulations, and urban planning. Laws prevent illegal logging, pollution, and improper waste disposal. So disaster risk management protects community from climate. So naman tawag na Clean Air Act or the Republic Act 8794 regulates the air pollution in the Philippines with the DENR. So the Clean Air Act in the Philippines helps regulate air pollution and vehicle emissions. So zoning laws control deforestation and overdevelopment. So dapat the government initiatives right now kapag supported na tinatawag ng mga tao, mas epektibo. So kailangan cooperation is the key to success. Now here, the corporate responsibility. In the corporate responsibility right now, companies affect sustainability through their operations and sustainable chains. No, if you go back now or if you still remember katong time nga gi under renovate kanang gi ayo under renovation ang Boracay by the time of President Duterte. Kato siya, this is now the best example nga ang gobyerno nagkuan siya initiate siya para malimpyuhan ang atuang environment. So companies now affect sustainability through their operations and supply chains. So using renewable energy, minimizing waste, and supporting ethical sourcing reduces environmental harm. Yung mga bakery, using locally sourced ingredients, reduces transportation emission. A factory installing solar panels lowers energy costs and pollution. Now, would you support businesses that prioritize sustainability even if slightly more expensive? The answer there is yes, right? So sustainable companies contribute to people, planet, and prosperity. So consumer support can push more businesses toward green practices. Now, in the sustainable agriculture, is that sustainable agriculture ensures food security without harming the environment. So practices like crop rotation, organic filterizers, and proper water management maintain soil fertility. So again, in Batangas, for example, here in Pagadian right now, for example, farmers planting rice and vegetables alternately reduce soil depletion. So, siya, alternate ang iyang kuan, karong first cropping, magtanom og may. So, next cropping na food, is na food ang itanom. So, community irrigation systems conserve water during dry season. So sustainable farming protects land at resources para sa next generation. So maliit man o malaki ang farm, tamang practices ay essential or inaasahan. So renewable energy. So in the renewable energy reduces pollution and dependence on fossil fuels, ensuring a cleaner, sustainable future. Solar panels, wind turbines, and small hydro systems provide electricity with minimal environmental harm. So mga solar power homes na karon na nasa Palawan save money and reduce carbon footprint. Wind farms in Ilocos Norte generate clean energy for thousands of households. Now in Mindanao, particularly in Iligan, natay waterfalls, the hydroelectric system. Okay, there are sa mga Cristina Falls. So using clear energy reduces environmental damage at long-term cost sa community. Even small solar installations help. Now, when it comes to conservation, so water is essential for life, for agriculture, and for industry. Yet, overuse and pollution threaten it. Now, conserving water ensures availability for future generations. Rainwater harvesting in schools provides water for gardens and cleaning. And then reducing detergent or chemical use protects rivers. Water conservation ay hindi lamang para sa ating sarili, okay? Kundi para sa community, sa community, lahat ng effort counts. And when it comes to water management, so proper waste management prevents pollution and protects ecosystems following 3 R's, reduces landfill, load, supports, and sustainability. So composting kitchen waste in barangays create fertilizer for community gardens. So recycling plastics and papers reduces environmental footprint. So ang basura ay hindi dapat basta itapon or kung saan saan itapon, no? Lahat ng waste pwedeng may sustainable solution. Now, for the green transportation, ladies and gentlemen, so transportation is a major source of air pollution and energy consumption. So promoting public transport, biking, walking, and electric vehicles reduces carbon emissions. Okay, transport systems must balance environmental, social, and economic. Okay, economic. What go here? Economic needs. Now, for example, here yung bike lanes. If you watch on TV, nasa Bonifacio Global sa BGC. So encourages cycling or reduces traffic and pollution. Yung mga e-bikes, mga jeepney modernization, reduce harmful smoke. Karon natin car nga charge. So an example for that, the green transportation. So sustainable transportation provides health at environment. So lahat may role sa pagbabawas ng carbon footprint. So biodiversity na this time ensures ecosystems are healthy, resilient, and productive. So protecting wildlife and habitats maintains balance and supports human survival. So protecting species and ecosystem sustains ecological integrity. So protecting biodiversity ay responsibility ng lahat, community, government, at saka individuals. Now, when it comes to climate change naman, okay, when it comes to climate change is that climate change brings floods, storms, and rising sea levels. Adaptation involves planning, infrastructures, and community readiness. Vulnerability, adoption. Okay, vulnerability and adoption. Societies must adapt to climate risk to reduce harm. So one of the best solution for this is the mangrove reforestation, elevated roads, infrastructure, planning. Okay, yung elevated roads this time in flood-prone areas reduce damage. So again, adoption or adaptation measures help communities survive climate impact. So collective action at planning is essential. So when I say renewable resources management, the managing renewable resources ensures long-term availability of essential materials like timber, fish, water, and soil. The overuse can cause scarcity, affecting both people and ecosystem. So sustainable fishing in Palawan involves limits catch size and season. So ensuring fish populations recover. So agroforestry practices in Mindoro as well combine tree planting with crops to maintain soil fertility. So kung tama ang paggamit ng renewable resources, magkakaroon ng supply para sa future generation. So lahat ng community members ay may responsibility. So in the education and the so-called awareness, so education is the key to a long-term sustainability. So people make better choices when they understand the environment and consequences of their actions. So workshops on recycling teach students how to reduce waste. Environmental campaigns and social media raise awareness about plastic reduction and climate change. So awareness creates action. So kung alam ng tao ang epekto ng kanilang ginagawa, mas malaking chance na magdedesisyon ng tama. Another one here, the sustainable development here is the technology and innovation. So technology supports sustainability by improving efficiency and reducing environmental harm. So innovations like solar panels, smart irrigation, and waste to energy systems make communities more resilient. So in this part, technology should complement, hindi palitan, human responsibility. So lahat ng innovations more effective kapag may awareness at participation. So the global examples of sustainability right now is that global examples show practical sustainability solutions. All right. In Costa Rica, runs 99% renewable energy and protects forests. Japan's waste recycling is highly efficient. Singapore integrates green spaces and water recycling in urban planning. So Costa Rica runs 99% renewable energy, 20% for Japan, industrial waste. So lessons from other countries can inspire local innovations kahit sa barangay level man lang, maliit na pagbabago kung consistent, may malaki ang epekto. So let's go here with our personal action plans. In terms of personal action plans this time is that the Turn awareness into daily practices, habits, or practices. Simple habits like using reusable, article here, reusable bottles, turning off unused electronics, or biking to school have cumulative impact. So intentions and habits design influence actual sustainability action. So a student tree planting every weekend contributes now to clean air and biodiversity. Supporting local farmers ensures sustainable food supply. So sustainable living starts sa ato ang kaugalingon, ang maliit na hakbang kung ginagawa ay maaaring maging malaki ang epekto nito sa ato ang environment. Okay. Now, in terms of the conclusion this time is that, again, the problem of human sustainability is increasingly one that is focused on urban areas. So pollutions or populations are concentrating into urban areas, and the human sphere is likely to concentrate even further as market institutions give favor to more efficient dense packing. At the moment, the world's population is approximately evenly split between urban and rural inhabitants. The transition from rural to urban could occur very rapidly in the coming decades, with a great emptying out of rural areas. Now, for ecological sustainability, the questions will increasingly center on what happens to the land left behind and to areas of wilderness. Now, if we protect the areas that are liberated from human occupation or were never trodden, the result could be an even larger wilderness in the future. However, in the most countries, there seems to be little initiative to protect wild areas. So economic consideration have protected wilderness in the past, but technological change is eroding the advantage that wilderness has conferred on humans. So the bottom line there is that lahat tayo ay may part sa sustainability. So ang bawat maliit na effort kapag ginagawa ng marami ay malaking epekto sa future generations. So start small, think big, and act today. So your choices start, shape the world of tomorrow. So thank you so much and good evening.